believe it's not about economics. It's solely about migration. And if there is a slight downturn, then that's a small price to pay for controlling your own borders and making your own laws.
And when you have it explained to you that under European Union law it's perfectly permissible to deport people from other European Union countries if they fail to find work here after 3 months, or if they can't prove that they've got sufficient capital to sustain their lifestyle here. So when it's explained to you factually that the whole controlling our borders argument was utterly bogus, just go to Belgium, try and set yourself up over there without a job as a Brit, then what happens?
Well, the way I look at it is I lived in Australia for a few years. And,
Where?
And if I went to Australia...
Yes.
And if I wanted to go back to Australia, I would have to prove I can speak English. I would have to have a certain amount in the bank. I'd have to have medical tests. I would have to have a skill what is on a list, what they need. And why can't we apply them things here?
Yes, well, you must have misunderstood my question. I've just told you we can. They do in Belgium, they do in Germany. So when it's been explained to you that it was successive British governments who failed or elected not to enact European Union rules that are in place and enacted by other countries, so the whole control our borders argument falls to pieces. At that point, Vince Cable thinks people will be bright enough to realise they were wrong. Why is Vince Cable... What is he missing? Why aren't people bright enough to realise they were wrong when they're presented with incontrovertible evidence that the borders argument is bogus, Wayne?
I believe earlier you were saying it's more about economics.
No, mate. I'm talking about all of the arguments that have been used to defend the position that you just described have been shown to be wrong. You go to Belgium, you don't provide evidence that you've got a job. You've got 3 months at the end of which you will be removed from the country. I mean, the obvious reason, as you know, why British governments haven't done it is because it would cost a hell of a lot more to impose that policy than we would gain, because EU migrants, Wayne, as you know, are net contributors to the economy. So once it's been explained to people, like the ones you describe, that we can control who works here and who has to leave, why do people persist in shouting the same argument?
You might well be right with that.
No, I am, completely and utterly. Right. So once it's been shown that that's right, why do some people still say, no, that's wrong?
3 months is too long.
3 months is too long?
Yeah.
Okay.
If they, you know...
So how are we going to cope with holidays?
Huh?
What if people want to come here on holiday?
Visa. If you want to go to Australia, you get a holiday visa.
And how much would it cost, do you think, to impose holiday visas on European Union countries? And what would we need to go to France?
£30 there.
What would we need to go to France?
I don't know. I don't really want to go to France.
That's the answer, isn't it? No, that's brilliant. That's the answer. I don't know whether you're being serious or not. But the thing...
I am being serious. I don't want to go to France.
Or Germany, or Spain, or Italy, or Greece.
No,
or Scandinavia. And that's the point. So when I say what does Vince Cable miss, he misses the existence of people like you who don't want to go to France and think that that's a political position.
Yeah, maybe.
And in terms of being demonstrably poorer, that's a good thing because...
Well, I don't believe that either. I think that it's possibly you may have a dip for a few years, but then I think in the long run we'll be fine.
What do you base that on?
I don't agree with that.
What do you base that on?
That's just my belief.
Yeah, but what do you base it on?
Well, I haven't got any hard scientific facts in front of me.
Well, just give me some soft, unscientific facts then.
Well, we used to own 3/3 of the world.
3/3? That's the whole world, Wayne.
2/3 of the world. We used to own 2/3 of the world, and we are a massive trading country. Yes,
but only because we're part of the largest single market on the planet.
Yeah, but that's only so many countries in the world, and that's a demising market. That market.
It's a what? It's a demising market.
Well, the rest of the world's markets are thriving.
No, the European Union. We now have the worst performing economy in the European Union since voting to leave, and of course we haven't actually left yet.
Right.
Worse than Greece. But you don't want to go there, so it doesn't matter.
Well, I've heard they've got massive problems in Greece with you can't go to certain beaches because they're full of tents.
Yeah.
They're full of tents with migrants on them. I've heard that Greece has been absolutely ruined because of the EU.
You know what economic growth means?
Pardon?
You know what economic growth means when you were just talking about how all the other countries are doing really well?
Yes.
Outside the European Union.
Yeah.
And now, in an attempt to somehow defend that position, you're talking about tense.
Oh, what are you on about?
I think you may have got that one the wrong way around, Wayne.
No.
So to clarify, you believe...
That are doing well, and there's other countries what are not.
What are not what?
You can't say because some countries outside the EU are doing well that they're all doing well. That's ridiculous. That's absurd.
Well, I'm going to leave it there. You should try out France, though, Wayne. Where do you normally go for your holidays?
I usually try to go out the EU. It's too expensive now. It's gone into the euro.
Well, I love you, mate. And that, Vince, I'm afraid, is precisely in one single phone call everything you're missing. So you're either with Wayne or you're rational.